What a fun time of year it is. This is the moment during VDL, right around 7:30, that we come in, show you where we are, and talk a little bit about, well, what we're going to talk about. And today, I'm just going to share that this is my time of year. I love Christmas. I love my birthday. But quite honestly, I love the Monday after New Year's. And today's Tuesday. So I love it even more. And the reason, it's so quiet right now. But we're about to ramp it up on VDL for the next hour. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Trisha Swenson.
I'm Brazzo.
I'm Ashley.
I'm Ken Hovey.
I'm Meredith Kirkman.
I'm Ty Diaz.
I'm Charlie Kennedy.
We are VDL.
We are VDL.
We are VDL.
Vail Daily Life.
We are VDL.
VDL.
We are VDL.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's show. I'm Trisha Swenson, coming to you live from our Eagle Vail studios. You just saw Ken Hovey, nice and cozy next to the fire pit up at Beaver Creek, and we will be with you for about the next hour to let you know what's open, what's been groomed, where to go, where to dine, where to shop, everything you need to know to help plan your Tuesdays. So consider us your concierge of the Vail Valley, because we got a lot of things to share with you, with some new trains opening just in the past weekend. But here's what else we're going to find on the show. Since Ken will be up at Beaver Creek, we'll be talking about Beaver Creek a lot. We're going to learn a little bit more about C. Anthony Gallery, a great gallery right along Gallery Row, adjacent to the ice rink in Market Square. We'll also let you know about the Winter Culinary Weekend. It is back. We've got an interview with Sarah from the Beaver Creek Resort Company there. And then also Diane Boyer and a local brand, Skea. We talk about this awesome brand and where you can find it, and I've got some insights on some sales going on as well. And then we'll give you your headlines, your weather events, and so much more. So thanks for sticking with us on our show today. And if you can't watch the whole thing, or if you're going to be out and about, hey, we're a podcast on Spotify. You can catch us later on demand on Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and then also we're on Outside Television. So that is new basically in the last month and a half. So we're excited to be on Comcast Xfinity Cable here in the Valley. So if you're busy on your laptop or on your phone, you can just put us up on the big screen while you're making your coffee and getting started with your day. A lot of kids went back to school today. So like Ken mentioned during the open, yep, it's a little quiet out here. A lot of the visitors have gone back to their respective cities and towns and getting back to the routine of things. But we're going to help you ease into the routine with some weather details right now. Weather brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne. Elevated savings. If you're looking for some awesome post-holiday sales, you're going to find it over there. But today we've got a 40% chance of snow showers, mostly after about 12 noon. And then this weekend, or on Wednesday, we're going to be rolling into a winter weather advisory. And our temperatures today, we're going to get back into the 20. We're a lot warmer right now than we were yesterday and the day before. So Ken Hovey is reaping the benefits of that. We're going to see a high of 27, a low down at the teens again, and then for Wednesday, 29 and just 20 overnight. But we're going to have a lot of wind associated with this. Gusts up to 40 miles per hour. And then for your Wednesday, we could have 50-mile-per-hour winds. So we'll have winds, blowing snow, drifting snow associated with this. And according to Open Snow, well, Vail and Beaver Creek could receive 5 inches, almost 6 inches of snow, according to their weather models. And then on Thursday, maybe another 8 to 9 inches on throughout the storm cycle. So we're hoping for that. And let's bring in Ken Hovey for our terrain report, because I know he was out with his kids just snowboarding. Hey, Ken, what's going on? Oh, are you warming your lower half of the body?
Got to warm it up. I didn't wear thick enough pants today. It's sitting on the concrete. It's kind of chilly. Be careful when you do that maneuver that you don't set yourself on fire, because it can happen. Yeah. Hey, Trisha, what the heck just happened the past couple weeks? Like,
Are you just coming out of a daze of everything? Yeah,
I,
I know it
I
went
just,
so fast.
there was Thanksgiving and then today.
Well, yeah, there was
Everything in
Thanksgiving,
between.
World Cup, and then all of a sudden it's January 4th. But Ken,
Yeah.
hey, you know what? I was going to ask you for the terrain. You went out with your sons, and it looked like maybe a little buddy or something. You had some people on the
Yes.
chairlift with you. How was it? Where'd you guys go?
We rode over at Vail. You know what? Since we're starting the day off right now, we could show this even later if you wanted to. We went to Vail. And this isn't a full terrain report, but Vail did open up a bunch more terrain, which eased the crowds. Let's just face it, everyone. If you took off from 2 weeks ago until yesterday, that was fine. It was busy out there. We had
Yeah.
some pretty epic lift lines for sure. But yesterday, everything quieted out because there was a transition of guests on, what was yesterday, the 3rd? Is today
Yeah,
the
that was
4th?
Monday. Yeah, yeah. Today
I
is
don't even know what day
Tuesday,
it is
January
right now.
4th. Okay.
Thank you, Trisha. I appreciate it. And they also opened new terrain. So we definitely saw guests coming and going. Not as many front range travelers, but by opening up portions of the back bowls, it alleviated a lot of the pressure on different parts of the mountain. And recently, Game Creek Bowl has been pretty well hammered on because
Yeah.
it was one of the only bowls that was open. And then, of course, they had Sun Up and Sundown Bowl open, and then they opened up more. But Meredith, if you want to, I'll bring it up for our viewers and the naysayers, because I've been one lately. I've been, no kids, we're not going to the mountain, not today, right? Just like dear old grumpy dad, because
Yeah,
I
you're
knew
getting
how
grumpy
big
in
the
your
lift
old
was.
age.
I know. I'm trying to cheer up. I'm trying to do it. But go ahead, Meredith. Let's just rip it right now.
Yeah.
This was yesterday in Game Creek. Hunter and River, and then one of their good buddies, Glenn, he came along with us. This is the trees that are just off to the right-hand side off of Uzo. There's River. And I'll just show you this clip because one of the most popular runs on Vail Mountain was actually empty yesterday, and you could ride right onto Game Creek. Take a look at the catwalk right there, which, by the way, I reprimanded him for that. No bud on the catwalk. But do you recognize this, Trisha?
Oh yeah, Lost Boy. Yep, right before you could split
Lost
off to
Boy.
Dealer's Choice. Cool.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow.
With no one there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and this was
Yeah,
at
exactly.
2:10 in the afternoon. We had a few laps on that. This was coming down the front side of the mountain, and then coming down. Now there is a big difference, though, Trisha, between when you are, in those areas and then you're coming down. I'm still going to suggest to people to download on the gondola. We didn't. We did the
Yeah.
gauntlet. That's what I'm calling it now. Running
Yeah.
the gauntlet on the way back. And then, Trisha, I also came up with a new concept of a segment that I wanted to do here on VDL, and I'll call it Stuff. Stuff Dad says to us on the chairlift. Okay?
Oh, I bet. Oh, I bet. Oh man, I'd love to
Yeah.
talk to your boys about this.
Stuff Dad says on the chairlift. And most of it yesterday was safety.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
saw a guy, if we have a minute right now, I literally at the bottom of chair 7 yesterday saw a young man. I'm going to say he was like 14 or 15. And I know this because I helped walk over there and, make sure that he was okay and then reprimand him. This kid came into the chair 7 lift line at a solid 30 miles per hour. This is no joke.
Whoa.
Fully straight lining it, just goofing around. Fully took out a woman that was about my age that turned out to be his aunt. They were both groggy. They came to. Once he came to and we knew he was okay, dear old dad turned on him too, right in front of his dad. I was like, this was ridiculous what your son just did. I was like, your son is actually the kid that I try to get my kids to be nothing like. I was
Yeah,
that
yeah.
dangerous, like
Oh, yeah.
straight up dangerous. People on the slopes, chill out.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
I
Especially
can't
coming
even
into
say
the lift lines. Yeah. Slow it
Oh my
down
God, I was
right
like-
before and then just enter the lift line at a reduced speed for sure. Well, I know
You want to rip stuff? Go
yeah.
somewhere, go where there's no one around. I mean, there's little kids out there. I saw yesterday coming down at the end of the day, a gentleman, how they put their little ones on the leashes, and kind of guide them when they're teaching them. And I mean, there are people just like flying by this guy and zooming him. I'm like, oh my God, he just wants to teach his kid how to ski, and he's got to be terrified. So come on, everybody, let's pull together here and just like slow it down on the mountain. Be
Yeah.
safe.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? And that is the thing that we run into the challenge when there's not as much terrain open is that everyone of all ability levels is in the same area. So we're starting to spread things out a little bit. But when you do get back to the front side or down towards, where you are, the Hay Meadow Express, right behind you, that's the, learning,
This
family
is
learning area.
Kidville. This is
Yeah.
Kidville. You got me all wound up, Trisha. I need a drink this morning. It's just
Okay. Yeah,
coffee,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. How's your coffee?
Beaver Creek is definitely one of those places just because there are so many kids and families that come here because it's like the perfect kid neighborhood to learn to ski and ride. As Vail is great, but I have a preference toward Beaver Creek. My kids learned how to ski and ride here.
Yeah, I used to teach skiing right behind you, right there, the little magic carpet. I was
What?
here for many years. Yep.
Somebody could get Trisha Swenson as their ski school instructor.
Yep.
Oh
Oh
my God.
yeah. Yeah, we did it
You
back in
should
the
do it
day.
again.
Well, you
You
know
should
what?
be a ski.
Yeah, you were. I know we should reprieve our jobs. Like you were a lift op on Centennial. I was a Beaver Creek children's ski instructor. Yep. Ty Diaz. Well, he still instructs. We could get everybody back to their original jobs here. Okay. Well, hey
I
Ken,
dig it.
let's go. We're gonna take it to a break. We're gonna come back with headlines, road report. There are some I-70 closures we need you to know about today. So we're gonna give you those details when we come back. A good night's sleep can be harder to achieve at altitude. Altitude Control Technology's whole room oxygenation system scientifically simulates a lower altitude, no matter how high your mountain home may be. Increased oxygen levels facilitate better sleep and help to alleviate fatigue. The result is more energy, better mood, clarity of mind, and recovery from exercise. Contact Altitude Control Technology for a free consultation and start sleeping better after one night in your oxygenated room.
The ride of your life is closer than you think. For the first time ever, buy your new car entirely from home with Nissan at Home. Delivered direct from dealer to driveway.
We are back, and we want to get to the headlines. Before we do, I want to thank Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea Company for this headline segment. You can find them right near where Ken Hovey is standing by. They're just along the escalators going up from the bus stop to the base of Centennial Lift in Beaver Creek. They're also in Minturn, or actually just outside of Minturn. Right before you get to the town of Minturn, you'll find them on your left. Their Roastery Cafe is right there. It's kind of a fun place to go, maybe before or after a skin or a snowshoe or a little hike up Meadow Mountain, because that's kind of right across the Highway 24 from there. But let's give you an idea of what made headlines in today's paper. We've got it for Tuesday, the 4th of January. And on the cover, an eagle eye spy. A bald eagle sits above the Eagle River last week. Eagles frequent the river due to the open water presenting opportunities to catch fish. So look at that beauty. Wow, great picture by Alan Finney. On the cover today, a perfect firestorm. Local fire chief say the Marshall Fire is just more proof that given the right conditions, massively destructive mega fires can happen here. And that's more information about the Marshall Fire and the different conditions that helped propel that into a mega fire. More on that on page A3. Also in today's paper in local and regional news, steep costs. Towns in Colorado's high country eye ways to ease affordable housing shortage, which has been a hot topic here for quite a few years now. Also in today's paper, Eagle County I-70 closures planned. The highway will be closed for 2 truck removals Glenwood Canyon area, Walcott area. They're going to be doing those closures today. So pay attention to that. And we'll get to that more in our road report right after this headline report. And then also, large avalanche reported Sunday in East Vail Chutes. A local natural slide is a reminder of the side country area's deadly potential. So more on this on page A4. And in sports news, Schifrin is back after recovering from the virus. Overall World Cup leader will try for her 47th career slalom victory in Zagreb today. So she is back in action, sidelined just a little bit over last weekend due to COVID, but she is back in action. More on that on page A19. Hey, you can pick up your copy of the Vail Daily today in newspaper dispensers from East Vail all the way down to Gypsum, or just go online. All the details can be found for these stories and more. You can even click on the e-edition, and that lets you go page by page. You can kind of see some of the ads and some of the regular features that are in the print version. Sign up for e-alerts. That's a good way to find out about some of these road issues that have been going on. And speaking of the roads, let's let you know about the road report. It is still pretty icy out there. I know that we don't have the snowpack like we saw over the weekend, but it's just been so cold. Nothing's really been able to melt. What it does, it freezes again. So just please be careful, especially on the side streets, the approaches to stop signs, to stop lights. Slow it down, allow plenty of room between you and the car ahead of you. Have that winter survival kit. Maybe it's a pair of boots, a candle, a snack. Make sure your gasoline tank is topped off with fuel. And just be prepared for all these things that are going on. And then the highway once again would be closed for 2 truck removals. So there was a huge pile up in Glenwood Canyon, so they need to be removing that. And then also we have got the truck between Walcott and Eagle exits. So the traffic will be detoured on Highway 6, and the truck is off the road at about mile marker 155. And then the eastbound closure is set for about 1 p.m. and is expected to last roughly 4 hours. The closure will close I-70 eastbound between Eagle and Gypsum. So we've got the closure westbound first this morning at 9 a.m. and then eastbound will be 1 p.m. So you can find out more about that once again on page A9 of today's Vail Daily. So be careful out there, everyone. I want you to arrive safely. But here's a great shot. We were just talking about Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea, and Ken found his way over there. So yeah, we've got a great place to grab some coffee, some tea, empanadas, if you want those, and a few other things going on. All right, Ken, what does it feel like out there? Is it pretty chilly? You're a little bit above what Ashley was. Ashley, we were in like the single digits. I think 10 is where we topped out yesterday in Vail. But there was quite the inversion. I heard it was really chilly in Eagle yesterday.
That is accurate. Super cold down in Eagle. Actually, again, this morning, colder in Eagle and Gypsum than it is up Valley. A bit of inversion. A couple of mornings ago, we were at minus 12-ish when I jumped into the car. Up here at Beaver Creek right now, still hovering in the high single digits, low teens by about mid-morning, and then is going to warm up nicely. The National Weather Service, however, is calling for another change. And as you mentioned during the weather report, there's the potential that between tonight and tomorrow night that we could see up to a foot of snow.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. I'll tell you what, I walked out yesterday, though, and the day before, and I looked up, I was like, the sun.
Yeah.
Where I haven't seen you in so long.
Well, yeah, I think
Wow.
it was over the weekend. Was it on Saturday it finally came out? I'm like, oh, it hurts my eyes. Okay, what is that? A big yellow orb.
You like walk outside and you go, and you come back out with your sunglasses on, which you have not needed for nearly the past couple of weeks. So, yeah. If you're going riding, though, I mean, it is nice to have. Here we are approaching, midweek, to have quieter times right here. I truly meant it during the show open that one of my favorite days of the year. Generally, it's like the 5th or 6th of January. That's, right after the New Year's. But we had New Year's Eve fall on, what was it, the Saturday? What was it, Saturday? Right? New Year's?
Yeah.
And then Sunday was New Year's Day because I worked that day.
Day 2.
Yeah. Hiking. I told you, I've been in shock over like days. I can't remember them.
But
knowing that Monday was coming, and then for the kids to have Monday off yesterday was great. Countywide, there was a parent, or excuse me, a kind of a teacher coming back to school day where they get prepped for going back. So it was a teacher prep day. So all of the local kids had the day off. I talked to one young man as I rode with my kids on the 6-pack lift right there on Avanti going up. I was like, did you ride throughout the break? And he said, yeah, I got up here a few times. He said, but boy, was it busy. And I was like, how many runs could you get in a day? He said, if I tried really hard and went from sun up, or right from the very beginning to the end, I could maybe get 10.
Oh,
and I was like, wow. And I was like, how many you got today? He's like, oh, I'm on like 25.
Yeah. I know. What a big change with more terrain opening and everything. Hey, Ken, we got a little bit of chat. Dave says, hey, why aren't those people that are straight lining and running into people being booted off the mountain? I mean, well, one of the things is we've got the yellow jackets, and usually they're the ones that are patrolling the slow areas, and they will come over to you, and your pass can be pulled. That's the thing. Skiing is a privilege. So I think, Dave, since the altercation happened with his aunt, it was within the family, that sort of thing, it got contained.
I'm with you, though, Dave. I'm with Dave, and I bet any of our viewers, I struck a nerve. We all encounter it. Like, how many times in the course of the day while driving do you just, come across someone that you go, ugh? Well, on the mountain, it's getting to be that way where you're like, ugh. But the difference in cars is you might have, kind of a minor fender bender here and there or go in the ditch. But when someone collides with you at that speed, you're right.
Yeah.
And I think they need to be held accountable. I wasn't, in the authoritative position to do that or track him down, and I was with my kids, and it did work out. But if that's how that kid rides all the time, I would for his pass in a heartbeat.
And that's the thing is, I would tell my friends who their kids would come out here, and then they're just wild. They don't have any kind of turn shape. They don't have any kind of speed control. They're just bombing it, straight lining down the mountain. And then I would remind them about the skier and rider responsibility code, where the rider or skier ahead of you has the right of way. And if your child runs into them, you are liable. And Ken, we've heard of the lawsuits. I mean, people actually sue your child. So it's not a fun thing. It's not a fun thing, but it's that safety talk. It's the responsibility code, which was printed on the maps. We don't have the printed maps anymore, which I think is very sad. But so we've got responsibility.
I don't know that anybody
things.
reads them. I'll give you another tip. I think that we need to have the signage in the lift line written in other languages.
Yeah.
That would be important, right? Because I went through yesterday and everything is written in English. And I'm like, man, they really need to educate people. And I know we're kind of on a tangent now, but, obviously I've struck a nerve with a viewer and with you, Tricia. I mean, safety is something that's paramount, and it just takes, I just call them idiots. I'm like, look at that idiot. That's what I'm getting known as. Things that dad says on the lift line or drives the car. Look at this idiot. Oh my God, that guy is such an idiot. And I don't even know that it's a guy.
Reflections with Ken Hobie. It could be a new segment.
And I'm sure,
all right. Okay,
I was going to say, I'm sure I'm the idiot at times as well, but we just got to all really focus on safety when we're up there on the mountain.
Okay, I know. Let's think about safety. Let's have it be a National Think About Safety Day on the roads, on the slopes for everybody involved. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk about Beaver Creek. They've got some fun events coming up in the month of January, and we're going to learn a little bit more about the Winter Culinary Weekend.
Welcome to the club.
What's going on?
Get your arms up. Hours of operation, whenever you need to feel good. The club has no dress code. You got this. No rules of decorum. Pets are allowed.
Now we're squat jumping up a storm. Quick.
You don't have to show your card at the door.
Breathe naturally.
There is no door to the club. There is no ceiling. And if you have 10 minutes, come on, 20, 30, and if you're wearing one of these, let's go.
Subaru and our retailers believe in giving back. That's why, in difficult times, we provided 150 million meals to Feeding America. And now, through the Subaru Share the Love event, we're helping even more. By the end of this year, Subaru will have donated over $225 million to charity. This is what it means to be more than a car company. This is what it means to be Subaru.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
We are back. Want to let you know about a few things happening up at Beaver Creek. Ken Harvey was cruising around, checking out the fire pits, the nice escalators. They do have cookie time back this season. So at 3 p.m. every day, when you come off the slopes, you're going to find these cookie chefs with the big white chef hats. They're silver platter, hot cookies. So it's just a great way to end your day. Quite the tradition here. We didn't have it last year, but we're glad to be bringing it back this year. So look for that this afternoon. Also this afternoon, we've got complimentary caricatures with Ken Carpenter. He has been a staple on the Beaver Creek entertainment scene for probably a couple of decades now. And he will do complimentary caricatures for you between 4 and 6 down by the plaza. So real fun to have him there. And then, hey, tomorrow we've got live music with Helmut Fricker from 3 to 5. He'll bring out his accordion, his alpenhorn, and play a few tunes. And then the Vail Performing Arts Center, hey, get inspired for the upcoming season. They have a ton of shows in the month of January alone. And coming up this Friday is the Whiff and Poofs of Yale. So this is a musical group. It's America's oldest a cappella group. It's been around for over 100 years. It started in 1909, if you can believe that. It was a few members of the Yale Glee Club who were hanging out in a bar, singing some of the popular tunes of the day, and they formed this club. And so they're going to be coming back to the Vail, so we're excited about that. And a ton of other shows. Dance Theater of Harlem is coming up. We've got the Maxwell Quartet, which will be part of the classical series. The Hillgrass Benders present Whograss. The Choir of Man is coming next Wednesday. So grab one of these booklets, or you can always go online to valarpac.org. But the other big event that's coming back is the Winter Culinary Weekend. And Ty Diaz had a chance to learn about this huge schedule of events, these awesome names in the chef world that are coming, and just a way that you can be a part of it. So here's more with Ty and Sarah Innerarity from the Beaver Creek Resort Company.
The big topic of Beaver Creek in January, Winter Culinary Weekend. And for your taste buds, how about checking out a location, Alpine and Antlers? And I have yet to dine here yet. They're kind of new. Here to tell us more, Sarah.
Hi, Ty. How are you today?
Doing great, doing great. Alpine and the Antlers, all a part of Winter Culinary Weekend, as well as some top-name chefs.
Absolutely. We are so excited to host Winter Culinary Weekend, January 20th through 23rd, with amazing guest chefs lined up this year. We have Tyler Floritz, Chris Cosentino, Tracy Desjardins, Elizabeth Faulkner, and Josh Nierenberg. So some great names coming in. 4 of the guest chefs from California and all 12 of the winemakers, so really featuring the Golden State this year.
So what happens during a winter culinary experience? I mean, I'm thinking flair and a lot of show.
Absolutely. So the guest chefs will partner with host chefs here at the Beaver Creek restaurants. They'll work together to create fantastic menus, 4-course menus, and then we'll work with the winemakers to pair some great drinks. And then the kickoff is right here at Alpine and Antlers. So one of the newer restaurants, like you said, they've got a great patio out here, a lot of fun. So that'll be the kickoff on Thursday, and it just rolls into the weekend from there. Okay, so this is the ticketed event, and you don't want to miss out. How many restaurants are featured? So we have 10 events across 4 days. So we have the grand tasting that'll be at the Vail Performing Arts Center with Hazel Miller and the Collective. All the winemakers will be there, lots of the Beaver Creek restaurants, our guest chefs, so that's a don't miss event on Saturday evening. And to get tickets for this and to find out more? So go to beavercreek.com/culinary. Events are starting to sell out, so make sure you get those tickets soon, or go to the Beaver Creek Village Guide app, anywhere you get your apps, and everything's on there as well. All right, we're talking Winter Culinary Weekend in Beaver Creek. Don't miss out on those dates, and of the many stops, it all begins right here, Alpine and Antlers.
Get more information at VailYetiHockey.com. Go Yeti!
Bright Future Foundation empowers families and individuals affected by domestic violence and sexual assault through prevention, crisis intervention, advocacy, and long-term healing services. Join us in making futures bright for survivors in our community.
It's winter and we are back. VDL streams everywhere.
On the mountain, off the mountain.
On every screen.
On Facebook, YouTube,
on Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Spotify.
And now, we're on Outside TV 17.
Live and on demand, 7 days a week.
Huh. Is that true? Geico's been saving folks money for 85 years?
Yep, that's right.
Wait, so if Geico's 85, that makes you...
Are you asking if I'm 85 years old?
I mean, sea turtles live to be 150, so... No, I was not.
Do I look 85?
What? No! You look young. You look young for however old you are.
Geico, saving people money for 85 years.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Live Sotheby's International Realty, Colorado's leading real estate firm. Contact their Vail Valley broker professionals today to help you live the life you love.
Or for your Wednesday, that's when to start a winter weather advisory for the area that's going to last all the way through Thursday morning. Snow showers, we could see wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour for your Wednesday, and chance of precipitation, 100%. And according to Joel Gratz from OpenSnow.com, what he's calling for in his weather models that he's looking at is a possibility of 5 inches of snow throughout Wednesday in the 24-hour period over at Beaver Creek, and maybe 6 inches over at Vail, and then maybe another 8 at Beaver Creek on Thursday and 9 over at Vail on Thursday. So good news. We'll take it. We'll take the extra snow so we can open up even more terrain. We did open up China Bowl and Teacup Bowl over at Vail Mountain for your terrain report. So China Bowl Express, lift number 21 is open for you. So now 69% of the trails are open. And that's 219 out of 317, and 22 lifts open as well. They open at 8:30, close at 3:30. That's the front side. Keep in mind the back bowls will close about a half hour earlier. And then over at Beaver Creek, we're looking at over 100 trails open for you at this time. And a little over about 60% of the mountain, 63% of the mountain is open for you. We do have Betcher Gulch and Arrowhead, the 3 portals open for you. But Ken, I wanted to bring you in because we've got some things that we can do today, even off the slopes, or maybe a little change up on the slopes. So have you ever toured of the Vail history tours that they do with the Colorado Snow Sports Museum?
You know, Tricia, I have not. I've seen them, and I've seen the tours taking place. There's so much history involved, but you could tell me more. There's no one that I know that knows more about it. What does somebody expect on this? This seems like something fun, but here's my first question. How much is it?
You know what? It's only $5. It's $5 per person.
Sweet.
So that is a super good deal. And you know what? The knowledge you're going to gain from this, you're going to be able to take with you, during the summertime when you come through. They're going to bring you by the landmarks like that Colorado, the 10th Mountain Division for the soldier right there by the covered bridge. And you kind of walk on the same streets and the same visuals as our founding fathers and mothers saw. So this is $5 per person. It's 11 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you meet at the Colorado Snow Sports Museum in Vail Village, which is such a great wealth of knowledge. You can give them a call if you want, maybe sign up, 970-476-1876. But Ken, up on Beaver Creek Mountain, did you know that they have a ski with a ranger program going on Tuesdays?
I did know about this. You are my like my internet. You are my Alexa. If there is a way, Trisha, what's going on Tuesday at Beaver Creek? And then you just pop up in my house. I was just, yeah, you're better than Alexa.
We could do
it's
that.
funny, whenever I talk to Beaver Creek marketing and something comes up that they don't know, I go, let me ask Trisha. And they're like, yeah, Trisha will know. I mean, they know everything.
Yeah.
But there's certain things that everyone's amazed at what Trisha knows. But tell me about this. When is the Ranger ride?
Yeah, so we can ski a ride with a Ranger, and this is going to be Tuesdays at 1:30 to 2:30. So you meet at the top of Cinch Express. So Patrol PHQ, Patrol Headquarters is right up there, and so you go up
top of the mountain.
Yes, go up 6, go up 8, and then you'll meet there a little before 1:30, and it's a complimentary tour. And I took this tour, I think in 2019, and it was really cool because you don't realize, you think everything migrates. You think, oh, well, the bears are in torpor, their hibernation, or, all the birds have flown south. No, there's little critters that are out there, and they actually showed us the hides, the ermine that go from their brown fur to the white fur. I've seen them. Well, I've been on the chairlift, and I've seen those little critters scoot across. But it's really neat, the adaptations. And the animals that stay here are actually called resistors because they're able to survive the harsher elements and the change in the weather. So it's really neat to learn about those adaptations. And, it's just kind of interesting to get all this. And this is in partnership with Walking Mountains, of course. So that's where they get the talent. They get the volunteer rangers to come out to ski with the skiers and riders.
I love it. So, go up there, get a few turns in and learn about the animals. There's some nights, Trisha, that it gets so cold that my wife would bring every animal in that she could. If she could build like Noah's Ark barns, she would give them all and bring them in. It's kind of a cool day up here at Beaver Creek. The resort's getting dialed in. We got some of the employees that are here getting ready to go up on the mountain that work first thing. And I just wanted to give a shout out to everyone. Let's go through the list of people and positions. And right now, you can't see them. The guys that are putting out the ski racks this morning, good job, crew. They put out the skis. I had the honor, I'd say, but also the eye-opening occurrence that 2 nights ago, I was working over at the Arabelle at Vail Square, and a gentleman needed his skis. And they were in the ski valet, and the ski valet was closed for the night. So I was like, yeah, I'll go over there and look for him. I walked into this room. There's, 2,000 pairs of skis and snowboard. And check this out. There goes, and this is an example of what goes on. I've been actually waiting on this. Taking up some of the on-mountain employees that work at the restaurants and the dining. They meet here first thing. So there they go, off to work this morning. Cool way to get to work, by the way.
Yeah. I know. And I bet you that snowcat is nice and warm after being heated up. That's so cool.
Yeah, you've been on one. I mean, what fun they are. But it just goes to show, but with employees. So I go back there, and I'm like, people do this every single day. They pull all these skis up.
Yeah.
And then they bring them all down, and they're able to keep track of them and do it with a smiling, friendly face. Yeah, ski valet, lift operators, and ticket scanners.
Yes.
Those are two of the biggest right now. Snowmakers, ski patrol, yellow jackets, restaurant people, everyone in those groups right now.
Snowcat drivers.
Snowcat drivers. Like yesterday, I could tell our lift ticket scanner was a little burned out. You could just see it on his face. He was just, and I'll tell you why, Tricia. And I wanted to get out. I had my son's jacket in my backpack, and his lift ticket was in his jacket.
Oh,
and we pull up, and I go, "Oh, could you scan it?" He's like, "He needs to have it." And I was in the back. He's like, I could just tell I frazzled him because there's always an excuse, right? Like, everyone's doing the same thing to him. And I was like, I'm so sorry, man. Like, I felt for it. I was like, thank you for doing this. I appreciate it. He's like, oh, it's all good. Like, just be cool to everybody right now. They've been put to the test. There is no surprise. We've read about it lately. There's been a shortage of employees. So all employees have been digging in deep to do their best. And I just honestly want to say, everyone from the guys doing the ski, folks, to the guys in the yellow jackets right now that are just standing there to it that's mounted on a ski rack. They have no idea what I'm doing. Thank you. They're like, what's he doing over there? Thank you to everyone this past few weeks and for the rest of the season. Hopefully we get a lot more employees and can start doing more and more things, but whew, we were all in the pressure cooker there for a while. And I got my voice back, Trisha.
Oh,
I
I
can talk again.
know. I know. I thank you. I'm glad you're able to do that again. I know how that feels. I lose my voice all the time. It's these vocal notes. All those years of yelling, make a wedge, as a ski instructor over the snow guns and being a cheerleader in high school and college.
Hey, you want it?
I hear you.
Yeah, I get nervous when you lose your voice. I got to try to carry this show. There's no way I can do it. Real quick, though, Trisha, while you toss it to something wonderful, I'll grab the camera and let people see Beaver Creek because that's what we're all about here.
All right.
At
Yeah,
Vail.
you know what? It is like I can see the corduroy from here, Ken.
VVL.
I can see the corduroy from here.
Yeah.
Oh, man, this is going to be good. Even though it's a little chilly this morning, it's a lot warmer than it was a couple days ago. But get out there. First chair at Beaver Creek is going to be 9 o'clock, and then 8:30 over at Vail. And just awesome. There we got one of our other workers coming in. There's the Beaver Creek Chop House right at the bottom, C-Bar, Hyatt off in the distance. And then down from the Hyatt is the C. Anthony Gallery. It's part of Gallery Row, as I like to call it. And that's where we had a chance to check in and find out more about this great gem of a gallery that's been in Beaver Creek for quite some time. Here's more.
Strolling around Beaver Creek, doing a little bit of window shopping, why not make your way down Gallery Row where you'll find the C. Anthony Gallery. Plenty of art, sculpture, blown glass. Here to tell us more is Eric. Eric, everything is so beautiful. All the artwork and artists that are showcased here, and some paintings and sculptures going by names that you've come up with.
Yeah, actually, we feature art from artists all around the world, living and dead. Gibb Singleton, David Yarrow, Britton, who's a fantastic local artist, and we're one of the biggest galleries in the entire state.
There's so many stories that goes with some of the artists, all the way to Britton, where she used to be an employee, but then the gallery owner learns that she's an artist, now she's a selling artist. But you have some other features too to discover.
Absolutely. Not only that, but you can come in here and discover many different varieties of art and expressions from these amazing artists and find something that you really connect with on a personal level.
And as we're rolling into January, we're going to have some upcoming showcased and featured artists. Who do we have on the list?
That's right. We also have Timothy Lawton, who's an amazing glass artist from Chicago, and James Jensen, who's an abstract painter that grew up here in the Vail Valley, who has some brand new work coming our way.
Tell us about the artist that we were discussing, that huge red painting that you call Twizzler.
Yeah, it makes me hungry for candy. It's actually an abstract piece by Hamilton Aguiar. He's a Brazilian artist that does optical illusions and textural pieces.
Oh, wow. So, to discover C. Anthony Gallery in Beaver Creek, help everyone find your dress-in location.
Oh, we are right here in Gallery Row. We're in between the ice skating rink and the wonderful Beaver Creek Mountain.
Discover C. Anthony Gallery today while you're out doing your window shopping. Thank you very much, Eric.
Thanks, Ty.
Club One is a pivotal part of the Vail lifestyle, with spacious lockers to store all your gear in a ski-in, ski-out location. Club One is your mountain headquarters, stacked with club amenities and members-only perks. Club One, where the locals locker.
Maui Jim Sunglasses were born on the beaches of Hawaii, designed to respond to the bright sun and harsh glare of the islands, all while enhancing the view. After 30 years, we're still independently owned, and the free-thinking Hawaiian spirit that first inspired us is still a part of everything we do. Our Polarized Plus 2 lenses not only protect eyes from harmful rays, they also make colors more vivid and contrast crisper. Try on a pair and see for yourself. The view's better from here.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
Winter is coming, and you can enjoy every minute with Outside Plus, your membership to the outdoors. Whether you're exploring the backcountry or your local trails, Outside Plus has you covered. With expert advice on gear, product discounts, premium access to Outside TV and the Gaia GPS app, and inspiring content delivered from the most respected names in the outdoors. Become an Outside Plus member today to get free tickets and VIP access to this year's Warren Miller film. Join at warrenmiller.com/Outside Plus.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Carrots Jewelers. creating heirlooms for over 50 years.
We are back. I want to give you another look at the weather, and it's going to be changing. We have clouds starting to build already. We'll have a winter weather advisory in effect Wednesday into Thursday, but we'll see some winds today as well. And you can see up by the Gore Range, a little bit more cloud cover than what we've seen the last couple of mornings, and that's probably what's keeping our temperatures just a bit warmer than what we've seen the last couple of mornings as well. We're already at 20 degrees, although it feels like 8 degrees. So it's still going to be a chilly start to the morning if you're walking your dog or getting the kids out to the bus. The kids are back to school today in Eagle County. But today's high will be right around the upper 20s. Overnight lows back into the teens, but we're going to have that wind come through. It'll start out from the west, 15 to 20 miles per hour, becoming 20 to 25, with gusts up to 40 miles per hour this evening. Now, this evening we could see a chance of the snow showers, 50% chance of showers with not much accumulation. The accumulation will come Wednesday into Thursday. And according to Open Snow, we're looking at maybe 5 inches for Beaver Creek on Wednesday, 6 at Vail, and then 8 inches on Thursday for Beaver Creek and 9 over at Vail. So that's according to opensnow.com. And all this snow has allowed us to open up more terrain. Over the weekend, we opened up Teacup Bowl, China Express lift number 21. So we're at 69% open for terrain at Vail Mountain, 219 trails out of 317, and 22 lifts open for you as well. Now over at Beaver Creek, we have Arrowhead open as well as Bachelor Gulch, quite a few trails in Bachelor Gulch area. And Bachelor Gulch is a good place if you're looking for just heading to some intermediate terrain. They've got a lot of blue runs and green runs. They've got Sawbuck groomed for you today. Also, Cabin Fever is groomed for you today. And then Maverick and Roughlock are all groomed. Roughlock, one of my favorite runs over on the mountain. That's the one that goes, I call it bridges and tunnels, because it kind of goes over the roads and under the tunnels, under the bridges. So that's a pretty fun one for you to try today. Lifts open at 9 over at Beaver Creek and 8:30 over at Vail. But if you're looking for ways to stay warm, we've got it for you. Skea is a brand that is synonymous with the Vail Valley. It's been a big part of our fashion scene and functional scene for quite some time. And we're going to learn more from Diane Boyer.
Hi, I'm Charlie Kennedy with Vail Daily Live, and I'm so excited. I'm here with Diane Boyer, and she is from Skea, which is a Vail-based ski company. And Diane, tell us a bit about Skea.
Oh, it's so nice to meet you, Charlie. Skea is a company that started in 1972.
Wow.
And I was a little girl, not that little, but little enough, and started working with my parents. And we were based in the East, and we skied in Vermont at that point. And then we moved to Vail little by little during the next few years. And we are a ladies-specific ski company.
Yes, that's
so we
right.
make ladies or women's and girls ski clothing. And we really feel as women skiers and snowboarders, we know what works and how to look pretty but still stay warm and dry and functional when you're skiing. So it's super fun. I love what I do. We have a tagline, follow your passion. And skiing is one of my passions. And being happy and cheerful when you're skiing, I think, is such an important thing. I mean, we should all live life in that manner.
I mean, you're just fabulous. And the ski suit you're actually wearing right now, tell us about this particular print, because, I mean, it makes me feel happy looking at it.
Oh, you're so sweet. This is our Aloha print, and this jacket has touches of the Aloha print, but it's all over my pants. And it's a print done for us by a German artist, Catherine Greisicker. And I actually have a video of her painting this watercolor painting.
Oh my
And it's super cool. So it's just exclusive to Skea for this season. And then we have all sorts of colors that coordinate with it, whether it's a pink or a turquoise or a lilac.
Oh.
And so you could have a print pant and a solid jacket, or you could have a solid pant and a print jacket.
Oh,
it's really
the options. I mean, it's so stunning, it's beautiful, and you're right, it's fashionable and functional.
Yes,
too.
what's really fun is everything's waterproof, stretch, breathable.
Okay.
And the pants have a stretch Thinsulate lining, And then the jacket, this jacket actually is a stretch and insulated jacket. The jacket you're wearing, for example, is down-filled. So we do all different things. But what's nice about Skea is we say we don't dress hangers, we dress women. So we take great concern to the woman's figure and making sure that it's nipped in the right place and has room for her bosom and has room for her derriere and yet nice what we call thummy cuffs to
love those
to keep you warm.
I love those about these jackets.
Yes, exactly. And inside your gloves, this one has an inner little fur collar that is super warm and cozy, and it also protects the jacket from makeup. And it's washable and it's faux fur.
You really have thought through these designs. I mean, it's so relatable and they're so perfect. So where can we find you guys located?
In our local area in the Vail Valley, we're at Christie Sports, we're at Peppy Sports, and we are at Beaver Creek Sports as well. Hopefully this year again we'll be back in the Vail Sports system. And we are also available online at skealimited.com. And it's really fun. I mean, it's a great brand and it works and it lasts forever. I mean, we saw a friend in the lift line who had her daughter's jacket from 10 years ago on, and she looks great.
I mean, you look great. It's fashion, it's function, it's beautiful. Thank you so much, Diane.
You're so welcome.
It's the pink fur for me.
Oh,
so
it's all about the fur.
Isn't
that fun?
It's amazing. So that is Skea with Diane Boyer.
Such a great story and such a cool way to kind of support a local brand, you know. In 1972, started on the East Coast, they moved to Vail. So great to see what Diane does every single year with her creative fashions. And as she mentioned, Peppy Sports in Vail, also Christie Sports in Vail, Lion's Head in Avon, and then up at Base Mountain Sports in Beaver Creek. But I like following them on Instagram because right now they're doing what they call their last one sale. So you can get their Red Eve jacket for $292. Normally that would be $548. So it's all what they have, the last jackets of the last sizes, base layers, vests. You're gonna find it on their Instagram. They've got their orange Lala parka for $346, the fuchsia Eve jacket for $292. These colors are awesome. You can get the fur, the different colors fur, faux and real if you want. So pretty darn cool. All right, but okay, I take a break from fashion right now, and we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to let you know more about Michaela Schifrin. She is back racing this weekend after being sidelined by coronavirus last weekend. So we'll give you details on that, and we'll check in with Ken Hovey at Beaver Creek. Stay tuned.
All right, here we go. Miller in motion. Wait, is that a baby on the field?
It looks like it, Craig.
And the defensive linemen are playing peekaboo. I've never seen anything like that before.
Harris now appears to be burping the baby.
That's a great moment right there.
Ref going to the rule book here.
Well, wait a minute. Harris is off to the races.
We don't need any more trick plays.
Touchdown!
But we could all use more ways to save.
Are you kidding me?
It's going to be a long bus ride home for the defense.
Switch to Geico for more ways to save.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Betteridge. Fine jewelry and watches with exceptional service since 1897, located in Solaris.
We are back, and we're a little bit warmer this time in the morning than what we've seen the last couple of days. We're already seeing temperatures well into the teens, even the low 20s throughout the valley. So for Vail today, we're going to start it out right now at 20, but it feels like 8 degrees. We'll reach into the upper 20s, 27 for a high. Overnight low is 18 degrees, and then we'll see the cloud cover move on through. We're also going to see the effects of the wind. It'll be breezy with a west wind 15 to 20 miles per hour. So you'll notice that on the slopes. It'll be increasing to 20, 25 miles per hour this afternoon, and winds could gust as high as 40 miles per hour. Now, what that means for the slopes is the chairlifts may be running at slower speeds just to keep everyone safe. Some chairlifts may even close. You never know, but they're going to do what's going to keep you safe out there in the mountains. So if there is some slower chairs, gondola cars, it is just due to the high winds that we're going to see as the system moves on in. Wednesday, we have a winter weather advisory set for Wednesday into Thursday morning. And according to OpenSnow.com, we could see a fair amount of snow, almost a powder day in Beaver Creek with 5 inches predicted and 6 inches over in Vail for your Wednesday. And then for Thursday, 8 inches at Beaver Creek and 9 over at Vail, according to OpenSnow.com. And that's been great news to get all the snow. It's opened up so much more terrain throughout the holidays. China Bowl just opened, Teacup Bowl, as well as Sun Up and Sundown. So we've got a bit more of the back bowls open. We're at 69% of terrain open at Vail. They open at 8:30 today. 3:30 is when they close the front side, but then the back bowls will be closing at 3. They close a little bit earlier to get everyone out of the back and back to the front so Ski Patrol can do their sweep. And then over at Beaver Creek, we're at 107 trails out of 169. 63% of the train is open for you today. I was mentioning maybe head on over to Batcher Gulch today if you want some groomers and cruisers, but also a great place to go is the upper part of Beaver Creek. This is a great place for learning and building your skills. A lot of nice, longer green circle runs for beginners. They're going to be grooming the solitude for you, a little bit of Zoom Rune, and everything. Piney Powell, those are Mystic Island. Those are great to just lap and then take the Red Buffalo Express back up and kind of stay up in that area and then maybe go to Spruce Saddle for lunch. Keep in mind, you need to have reservations and a proof of vaccination to get into the cafeteria-style restaurants at Vail and Beaver Creek. But let's take it out to Ken Hovey now and see where he's made his way to. All right, where are you?
Tricia, I'm going to show you a place that I guarantee you recognize and that you have probably been to more than anyone else that I know. At least I'm speculating on that. And that is the Beaver Creek Chapel. Tricia Swenson.
Oh, yes. I love
how
that
many
place.
weddings? How many weddings have you been to at the Beaver Creek Chapel?
Oh, yes. I've been to quite a few, normally in the summertime. And then I've been to a couple of the church services in the wintertime. Ken, one time I got a boot on my car at church. Yes. And, do you remember when I had that little Acura? And I shoved it into a little space because you know when they don't quite square off the corners with the plow? But my little Acura could get in there. And then I got a boot, and the congregation was so mad because they were like, "You're just trying to go to church. You don't need to have a boot on you." And Ken, the boot was frozen. They couldn't get it off. They had to tow the whole car. I had to get a ride to work the next day. They had to take the wheel off my car. It became quite the ordeal. So,
Tricia, I've always said it about you. You have the pipeline to heaven. You're going straight there. God loves you, and you definitely showed it in that. And I'm a Christian as well. I've been to many services here. It is a beautiful chapel, but I think one of the main things that we think about, now I'm going to think about Tricia getting booted here, so be careful if you park in this area, but are of all the incredible weddings and matrimonies that have been started right here at Beaver Creek Chapel. But Tricia, really what I want to do is take our viewers for just a quick walk. And you had me thinking, I always think of things on a budget. And you said earlier, the Ski Museum, that you could go there and do the $5 tour, right? So that's a good idea. Take your family. But then I suggest coming up here. You could do this very easily. There is temporary parking. It's only 15 minutes, located right here. Otherwise, there is an hour of free parking in Beaver Creek. But Tricia, you bring your family. You could either park right here. It's accessible for kids and strollers and perhaps mobility impaired. But wouldn't this be just the most beautiful place to get your family portrait taken here? And this bridge goes right over the top of Beaver Creek, the actual Beaver Creek. You can see it's frozen right now, but the water flowing through there, it's such a wonderful setting. And if we get that snow, like my buddy Joel Gratz is talking about, potentially having up to a foot in some areas. They're saying that this storm is going to favor Park County, but that doesn't mean that it can't roll into here and put the brakes on and bring us another foot of snow. That would be very scenic. And look how close it is to the slopes. Yellow Jackets getting everything ready, fresh groomers, and likely to have some fresh snow on top of that first thing tomorrow morning. That's great news.
You know what? The Vail Valley is probably one of the only places, well, except for other ski towns, where you see ski boots in church. And I've been in that church when then the snowcats go by in the morning, and you're like, oh, this is so cool, you know?
It is. It's such a great place. They have a lot of services. They do different denominations as well. And, of course, they what do they say? You don't build a church for Sunday or something like that. Well, you definitely don't necessarily build it for like Easter Sunday or Christmas, because the services that took place there over the past few weeks, I mean, it's one of the busiest times for them. And it is such a beautiful setting. I mean, it's just nestled right there. And then, if you're a Christian that loves to rip fresh POW, that is the church for you.
There you go. There you go.
Come on
Start
up,
and
do
go on
your
over
service,
there.
and then just drop right in for God's creation of snow. So that would be good.
Yeah.
Great to see all of our viewers tuned in this morning. And I just again want to tell everyone working on the mountain or around here, add a boy, add a girl. Whew, we got through it. It's going to get busy again, but we're going to get rewarded with some fresh snow here in the next couple days. And it should be relatively empty up here for the locals to get out and enjoy.
Yep, exactly. All right. Well, Ken, I can see the runs look good. I mean, I would love to head down maybe a little bear trap or barrel stave today. Double diamond could be good up towards the top. Coming off of 6, Harrier is open as well. So just giving you a few suggestions on where we can go today. Awesome. I see the clouds building. We don't have the blue skies. So have you seen that throughout the morning? I mean, there is some blue skies, but we're seeing it build for sure. Okay.
Definitely. I was listening to the National Weather Service this morning on the way in on the radio, and the automated computer voice was saying things that I've never heard him say before. I can't really recall, but he was basically saying in a computerized voice, "Buckle down, everyone. It's about to get gnarly."
Okay.
That's kind of that's the interpretation I had, like Terminator voice. It seems like we're going to get some good snow here in the next day.
Yeah, and you know what, Ken? Just to remind people too about this I-70 closures planned. Even just here in Eagle County. So at 9 a.m., that's going to be the first closure in the westbound lanes of I-70, and that is expected to last about 4 hours. They need to recover a semi that had gone off the road. We had trouble in Glenwood. This is the picture from Glenwood Canyon. 17 vehicles involved in a wreck yesterday in Glenwood. And then just between Walcott and Eagle, that's where this semi will be removed. So westbound lanes will be closed. Traffic will be diverted on Highway 6. And then the eastbound closure is set for about 1 p.m. and is expected to last roughly 4 hours. That closure on I-70 will be eastbound between Eagle and Gypsum. So we've got some work to do, Ken. And then Glenwood Canyon has their own issues to deal with cleaning up that 17-car pileup. I think just last week there was a 24-car pileup in Glenwood. So slow it down, Turbo. Isn't that what you say?
Slow down, Turbo. Slow down, you with your latte, drinking your latte, driving your Tesla, and you're not even driving it. You programmed it to drive. You're reading your books on tape. I know none of that makes sense, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You with the 2025 Audi 5000 Turbo, the motoring, black ice, don't care. Tricia, yesterday, my son, turned 16. I got to get him trained up properly for driving on his own. And yesterday was his first time. He's driven in snow, but he's not driven in like that ultra bulletproof hard pack ice.
Yeah.
And for locals, the rowdiest ice in the county is west of what I consider our Mason-Dixon line, and that is Walcott. From Walcott to Eagle, especially eastbound right now, through the flip turn, that gnarly little turn, oh my goodness, you come around there right now, and where that area is shaded by the trees, it is like a skating rink.
Yes.
And people have no idea. And my son did perfect. You know why? He went really slowly, and he just stayed in the right lane and was like totally gripped the whole time.
Yeah, stay in the
Good
right
job,
lane.
Hunter Danger. Good job. Hey,
Okay.
they're getting the lifts. They're getting the lifts warmed up. Beaver Creek opening up at 9 o'clock. Vail at 8:30. I wondered if Meredith, do we have a moment? Could we show people an empty slope once again, riding up at Vail yesterday? Yeah, let's bring it up, Trisha.
This is what it
I mean,
looked
what do you
like.
think, Trisha?
It
Did
looks
you
awesome.
ride during? Did you ride during the height of everything? Did you get up on the mountain?
You know what? I was not. I've not been up. I went down Arrowhead on Sunday, but I've not been
Well,
over
to our
Vail.
viewers, it has. It's been busy. There's no secret to it. It has definitely been like that. But this was yesterday, Monday, with my kids up on Vail Mountain. And I show you this because coming into Lost Boy again at 2 o'clock, there was no one. We rode right on to Chair 7 at Game Creek multiple times. Again, getting out of there, coming down at the end of the day is a little bit chaotic, especially going through the gauntlet across the skier bridge. But that was it on the front side and Game Creek yesterday. It was really fun. It was really quiet, and things have settled down. Even right now, as they're getting things ready to open up the list, no real lift line to speak
lift
of.
line.
Great
Okay.
condition.
Yeah.
This is the day. This is
I
the
think you're
day.
gonna have the mountain to yourself today. Okay, perfect.
I agree.
All right, yeah, kids are back in school. A lot of the Holly travelers have gone home, so enjoy it. Don't forget about cookie time at 3 p.m. today, and we'll see you tomorrow at bright and early at 7:30. Thanks for watching.